This vibe is going to turn into a video. All right. For those who come across it, happy Sunday and welcome to the soul issue, where on Sundays we wear yellow and we recognize that the soul issue is you. My name is, I'm everybody. I'm every man, I'm every woman, I'm my Nick. Let me stop. You can call me Rachel, you can call me Bloom. Who am I today? I'm feeling Bloom today. I'm feeling bloom, and by bloom I mean grow. I'm feeling growth today. All right, today's live episode is number 3. We are in our third week of Cancer season, and today's Sabian symbol is, grab the notebook, Cancer at 13 degrees, and the Sabian symbol reads, one hand slightly flexed with a very predominant thumb. Now, all week, I have been trying to prepare for this episode. I couldn't, and I didn't get what that meant all the way up until 10:30 last night. I've wrote notes down. I've done research to see how other people may interpret the symbol, and none of it stuck. I tried, and it's crazy because I am not religious. I do not practice religion per se. I do, however, still reference sacred books like the Bible, for instance. I had this inkling. Let me see what I can find, or what finds me today. Let me see. I grabbed my best friend's Bible. Well, actually, I asked her for it, and she was so happy because she is a Christian. She's like, yeah. It was funny. Shout out to my bestie. But I just let the pages run. I think technically that's called bibliomancy. I've been doing a little research on that. But anywho, I've been practicing and reading. I let the pages run across my fingers, and wherever the page stops is where I go look. Okay. And it brought me to a passage about moving forward. And I'm going to read it out. Let me pull that up really fast. Just a sec. Okay. It was actually a daily devotion type of thing, and determined to keep going. To me, the death of my husband meant being ceremoniously ushered out of the life I'd known and enjoyed, albeit with music and processions and guests and feasting, and all draped with the black crepe of sorrow, into a completely new way of living. At first, this seemed to be a continual stepping guest, most difficult and most challenging of life's tasks, Loneliness is the common enemy of all humankind, but it may hit widows particularly hard, especially during the first years without her life's companion beside her. Feeling lonely because she is alone, she may be tempted to tell herself, no, no one wants to have anything to do with me anymore. No one loves me. She may withdraw from society even more. Self abnegation, I believe that is, can thus begin so to dominate her life and force her to keep looking at herself out of all at the world that it may destroy her spirit like a slow eating cancer. The real cure for loneliness is the healing interaction of two personalities, fellowship. Loneliness leaves when there is sharing of deeper needs, struggles, and joy. People who frequently watch TV or go to movies may also be convinced that they experience a personal relationship with the people on the screen. But the problem of loneliness is that there is still time there when the film has ended. Only the passing of time has occurred. So recognize the need for human companionship. Friends can bring you courage. Friends can bring you courage, which is more necessary to life than happiness. To live is to love, so don't hole up in your house or apartment. Join clubs and organizations and accommodations and activities to the extent that you can enjoy and accommodate these into your schedule. Force yourself to move out of your home at least once a day. If you find yourself enjoying the martyrdom of the lonely widow, give yourself a swift mental kick at regular intervals. What stood out to me, honestly, it should have just been the last paragraph, but no, it needed referencing. It needed referencing because it all ties in. I promise you. Uh, where are we back at? Just a second. One more person has one more time to call me. It all ties in because at the end of no, actually the top and the beginning of that passage led me to where I needed to be. And it was give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. That's First Peter chapter 5, verse 7. And the page it was on was 1444. I've been seeing 144 like crazy. And I was like, okay, maybe I need to pay attention to that. That's been a heavy angel number lately. And when you add it up, it equals the number nine. Nine is completion. Nine is rewards as well, like jobs well done. There's more into it, and nine's a very powerful number. It's right before you get back to zero and back to the end infinite. And I was like, okay, so now I'm starting to get the Sabian symbol. Because when you put your hand out, flex your hand out with a predominant thumb, it looks like you're reaching out or giving something to someone. And that tied into the verse with giving your cares to God. And by God, I mean the God of your own understanding, creator, source, your higher power, ancestors, all that good jazz. So give your care, for he cares about you and he loves you. I said, okay, that's making sense, but I can't just go off of that. And I'm like, let me just write this down. It's first Sunday. How can I incorporate that into a whole new episode? Right? And I kept hearing the words something something, no one else can do it for you. And I'm like, where does that lyric come from? And I got Natasha Bedingfield unwritten. And I'll be dang. That's how that page looked. Very unwritten. And I never listened to that song fully before, for real, for real. But I went to a lyric video, scrolling on ahead. And I'm like, damn, this is really matching up to what's going on. And I don't know what to say. And she goes and staring to the blank page before you. I'm looking at my blank page on the ground. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then it starts to get clearer to me. Maybe this isn't something that I needed to, per se, prepare for. It's something that's been known. It's something that I'm supposed to just say. You're supposed to let the sun illuminate the words, right? And I said, okay, son. So I said, where are we going? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Ori. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, ancestors. We're finally getting somewhere. And bring it back. We're at first Sunday again. What are we intending for the month of July? Let's start off by releasing our inhibitions. We can try at something and try to perfect and to be the best or the way that you want it. Sometimes the rest really is, the best is going to be unwritten. I said, you know what are we going to do with this blank page? We're going to set intentions with our hands stretched out. What are we giving to self, or what are we giving to our spirit? What are we giving to God? What are we